What's up, Galaxy? It's time for Bantha Soup. I am your host, Gil Garcia. Today in the Bantha Tank, we're taking a look at a custom job I'm going to be doing on this vintage Empire Strikes Back Hoth Ice Planet Adventure set. I picked this up online for $10, and it's just an old beater set that's not complete in any way. The original version of this came with a cardboard AT-AT Walker backdrop with a few play features, but the original version of the playset was actually a Tatooine playset called Land of the Jawas Adventure set. So this is a reused playset. I've been wanting to spruce up my Tatooine diorama for a long while now, so when I saw this online for so cheap, I decided to pick it up and do a little custom job on it. So now I'm gonna take a repurposed playset and take it back to its original version. Kenner was no stranger to repurposing their playsets, like with the Droid Factory being repurposed into the Jabba's Dungeon playset. This is kind of the same situation. Now looking at this, it's white, it's supposed to be snow, but you know, when you think of it in Tatooine terms, it has all the iconic scenes from A New Hope. It's got a little cave for a Jawa to hide in. You can see the tread from the sand crawler rolling by on the floor, and it even has a space for the escape pod that 3PO and R2 hide in. So definitely Tatooine all the way. When I'm painting and customizing a piece, I use acrylic paints all the way. They're just so easy to use, they're easy to clean up, they apply great, the colors are really bright, they have tons and tons of variety to pick from, and on top of that, they're really cheap. So I'm gonna just dab a little bit of this brown and just go to town on it. I'm using, this is a horsehair brush, and what's cool about this, it gets into all the nooks and crannies. Probably gonna apply about 2 coats on this to make it look really sharp and pop. And then when I'm done putting my base coat on, I'm gonna go back and do a little technique called dry brushing that really kind of highlights all the different creases, valleys, and rocks. Makes it really pop. Alright, so I've got my first coat on. You can already see how awesome it's looking. The paint went on really well. When it dries, it's not going to be this shiny. It is going to have a little bit more matte finish, but I'm excited to get another coat and start some dry brushing. Alright guys, here is the final product. I went back and did some dry brushing, and what that is basically I'll take a little bit lighter color of paint. I'll put a little dab on my paintbrush, and then I'll dry it off on a piece of cloth, and then I'll go back and just highlight, you know, the creases of the rocks, all the little indentions, the hills and valleys and stuff like that, just to give it some texture, some depth. It looks really, really cool already. You know, it looks like the rocks of Tatooine, right? The wear and tear. There's a vintage 3PO standing on the little foot peg there. I got a little Jawa hiding out in his little cave waiting to ambush R2. There's a spot for the escape pod that they land on. But check it out, just all the cool details. Dry brush technique. That's my go-to whenever I'm painting. It makes me look like a master painter when I have basic skills. And here's my final setup. Here's what it looks like. So the Land of the Jawas playset originally came with a cardboard sandcrawler, but I actually have a sandcrawler, so it looks amazing sitting back there. You got the droids, a couple Jawas on there. Check it out, I got R2 getting electrified because the Jawa just shot him. You can see I've got some of the stormtroopers hanging out back looking for the droids. Look, sir, droid. There's a old trusty dewback. Got a moisture evaporator sitting back there. There's R2 and 3PO walking the wastelands coming out of the escape pod. Over to the right, you've got the amazing sandcrawler looking incredible, just stacked full of Jawas. Uncle Owen and Beru, the purchase of the droids, the way it was supposed to be. You know, Owen picking out the best droids. It looks awesome. I had a lot of fun painting this piece. It looks really well. I think next I'm gonna put some sand texture on the actual wood that I've got the toy sitting on, just to, you know, give it that much more pop. But I'm really happy the way it turned out. It all kind of mixes well, you know. Going into the legendary Cantina playset, that's that old Power of the Force 2 cardboard playset. And then right next to that, my next project, I'm gonna be doing a Tusken Raider village, a little camp section right here. Yeah, that's another project I've really been wanting to do for a really long time, so I'm gonna make some tents and stuff like that. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Setting up dioramas and customizing is one of my favorite things to do. Love Star Wars toys, make them pop. It makes me feel like I'm right in the movies. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, we would really appreciate a like on our video. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe on YouTube to stay up to date on everything Bantha Soup. We do reviews, we build customs, we talk about everything Star Wars. Galaxy, thank you so much for watching. My name is Gil, and this is Bantha Soup.